Yes, so Karibu, welcome. I'm going to make this brief and short. My contact, anybody who wants to contact me, you go to culturewithit.org. You'll find everything about me there. Evo, welcome. And so today we want to look at before you say I do. Before you say yes, I do. And what do I mean by yes, I do? Yes, I do is a moment when you stand in the pulpit or you go to the AG, and as you go there, then you declare, I'm making this covenant. I want to be one with this man or this particular woman. But before you get there, what should you do? How should you prepare yourself? One of the illustration, and I sent this out today, in the different invitations I sent, is about GPS analogy. And in your GPS, you look for direction because you're clear about the destination where you're going to. But the GPS will not accept the destination without your current place, without getting the details of your current location. So you have to feed in your current location. Then after that, then you also feed in where you're going to. Only then will it be able to estimate for you how many hours, how many minutes, and give the possible routes. In the same way, before you seek a partner, and in this partner is the destination, you must know who and where you are going, who you are. Who am I? Indeed, truly, before I say I do, understanding your identity. Otherwise, every relationship will feel like getting lost, because if you don't do that, you get lost on the way. And many a times I've met many people in relationships who feel like, man, I don't want to get married. I don't want to remain married anymore. Currently, I have the privilege of working with the divorce community. And apart from the divorce community, I'm working with the widow community. It's a free session I give them every Saturday. And the amount of pain they go through as they share, some of them say, I wish I knew. I wish I knew I saw the red flags earlier. But the question I always ask them, how can you see the red flags if yourself you have no idea how the red flag looks like? So the first and the most important thing is you and I understanding, what are the red flags? Where am I going to? And what is my current location? So the basic principles to life that one must understand and accept and respect to live by. These particular principles were created and there's nothing you can change about them. What are the principles? Welcome, MC Nash. Welcome, welcome. So the principles were created by the Creator God, and He laid them down in the Bible. And what He says, indeed, truly, if you live by them, you succeed. There's no question about it. I have lived ever since I was young, and I'm not too young now. I'm too young again towards heaven. But I have seen men and women who indeed truly live within those principles, and they succeed. These principles, they take one step at a time. It's like taking a brick on top of the other and building them slowly with the truth. As you continue to build them, what happens? You find that at the end of it all, those bricks form what we have, or we call a house. Another analogy, very quickly. I have known of people who have cut shortcuts while building houses without looking and doing the test of the land where they're building. Some build on a black cotton soil as they build. When rainy season came, the house started tumbling and turning around. So the foundation upon which you build also is very important. So the question is, before you say I do, who are you? Who are you? What are you taking into that particular other relationship? Very, very important. I want to ask you a few reality questions. And I ask you, please, you can write them down. Reality questions about yourself. Today, we're not talking about that person you're looking for. We're not talking about that husband or that wife. Not really. We are talking about you. Who are you? Before you say, I do, what should you do? How ready should you be? Listen, question number one. If someone dated you today, what spiritual condition would they find within you if they dated you today? That's question number one. What are some of the spiritual conditions that they would find in you? Question number two, would you marry someone with your current level of faith, discipline, and character? If you went back, You yourself, would you marry someone with the same condition of your discipline, character? Would you do that? Many a times we try to look, and as I help many young people, as I try to help people who are courting and dating, one of the things you realize that this particular lady, young girl, or young boy or man, they're trying to look for this handsome, wonderful date. But as they're looking for the date, but what happened? They're praying, God, please lead me to that particular person. And they're really praying. But in the event as they do that, they're already messing up, getting involved in all manner of things, drunkenness, drug addiction, sexuality. And yet, at that particular moment, they're still looking for that man who has kept himself or woman who has kept himself pure. So, the question before you said, who are you? Who am I? Are you the person you are praying to meet? Are you the person you are praying to meet? How safe have you kept yourself? Then, as you continue, what makes you believe that you are ready for marriage? Single, blooming already. What makes you believe that you are ready? Is it because you're aging? Is it because you're getting old? It's a question to ask yourself. Or is it because your emotions, they're tingling and you feel like I need to have somebody with me? What is it that makes you feel like you need to get married? Is it because you are spiritually mature? You've been praying and fasting and the time has come and the person is with you. If God delayed your marital life or your marriage life to another 5 years, would you still trust him? If he delayed and told you no, the people you are working with right now, I think these people will lead you and send you into problems. Would you still trust God if he did that? So as Christians, one of the things you got to go back to, and I will tell you, this is based on Christian psychology, purely. And why? Because I believe that the Creator has a manual for everybody. So as a Christian, what makes you ready for marriage? It's a question you got to ask yourself. Now, I want to read for you one book, and that's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. For those of us who most likely are not believing in the Bible, just keep up with us. Don't go. I hope that you will learn something from this. In the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14, says, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? Now, by the time this is written in the Bible, does God just give these rules so that he can judge and condemn his children? Not really. We are all his children, and he loves us so dearly. But he says that indeed, as you seek to go to the next level, single, blooming, and ready, he gives you a caution. I know there's a challenge and a problem coming ahead of you. And this particular problem, if you want to short circuit it, what must you do? Do not mingle with an unbeliever into marriage. What it is saying, the righteousness and darkness do not go together. I'm a Christian. What about the dark character, the darkness? What is it talking about? And so when God refers to the ungodly as unclean, I want you to get, when God refers to the ungodly as unclean or as a pagan, it is not to condemn, but to caution. It is not to condemn, but to caution that person who might be living in that life to transit from that life into that wonderful, blooming, cherished life. He is a loving father who knows what harms the soul of each and every single person. So by the time he's warning you because he loves you and I. Let's continue. So, standards and boundaries. How do you need to get ready? Single, blooming, and ready. How do you need to get ready? Let's go on. So, do your relationship stands come from the scripture or from the social media and trend? Question. Does your relationship standards or stand come from the scripture? Because I want to tell you why. In this world, we are created, and ever since you were born, either you are operating based on the culture you've lived in, Many a times, the systems which you were beaten and spanked into you, bam bam, the moment you were born by your mother and father and the culture. But as you continue, you find that what happened, you also have social media that you're learning from, the television and the trend and all that. And then as you continue, you quickly also realize, indeed, you have workplace which also has this regulation. And so choosing from all of that can give you a lot of headache. So then when you go back and make a decision, that indeed every choice, every decision I will make based on one principle. Come on in social media, you make your decision based on social media. Come on in tradition, you make your decision based on tradition. But how much more beautiful to make your decision based on the manual that was written for humanity by the Creator? How much more beautiful. And so you're going to go back and make a decision. Where do I borrow my decision from for being a wonderful single, for blooming and getting into relationship? What are your non-negotiables? Before you say I do, does that person that you're dating, do they know you are non-negotiable? Are you living by them yourself before you expect of the other person? These are my non-negotiables, right? But yourself, are you living by them? Because at times we raise the bar so high. Once we raise the bar, but what happened? We are not living within that. And yet it is clear that birds of the same feather flock together. You cannot give who you are not, neither do you invite person that you are not. The person you're dating right now is simply who you are. Is a replica of who you are. The things you love is what they love. The things you like is what they like. The way you like dressing is the way they dress. So simply look at yourself. You want to change your relationships? It begins by me changing myself. So, what happened? How clear are your physical, emotional, and spiritual boundaries to you? How clear are they? Those are questions you got to ask yourself. Today, we talk about before you say I do. Before you say I do, what do you need to do? So how clear are your physical, emotional, and spiritual boundaries? And do you actually guard them? You can have boundaries, but you also have to guard them. So do you really also as well guard them, though you have the boundaries? And very, very important to be able to understand. You cannot be single, expect to bloom if you're not willing to put the work inside there. Work must be done. Let's continue. So standards and boundaries are very, very important. And so I want to ask you, there's something, that in the book of, I will read for you one verse in the Bible. In the book of Songs, and that's called the Songs of Love, the Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 4, it says, I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, and I charge you, O sons of Jerusalem. That's what they talk about. Do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. Do not stir up love or awaken love until it pleases. God blessed you with hormones. God blessed us with hormones. And those hormones are good. Stop cussing the hormones. Oh, my body. No, not really. Appreciate them. But what is the issue? I want you to understand. We cook with fire, and fire is very, very important. Because fire cooks for us. When you feel cold, you warm yourself with fire. But the moment that fire, you've seen houses burn, the moment that gas cylinder burst and then the whole house burns, or the moment you lit just a little light stick and you throw it in a bush and the bush begin to burn, you burn and kill people. What are we learning from this? Romantic passion is like fire. It is good, but it is like fire. It is not evil. It is not evil, but it must be within God's design. It must be managed. And that's where we talk about quickly. You're romantic, you're feeling hot, Gucci, and you're looking at that lady. You're like, come on, this should be my wife. And no. Hold on. I always tell people, and you know what? When a bull now begin to get mature and ready, that's the time you find that bull is dehorned. Why is that? Because it's very dangerous. And so when you find your hormones are playing and you're getting ready, you're ready, it is a time for you indeed to have what we call the spirit of self-control. You expect other people to control themselves. You control yourself, then you will get someone else who also control themselves. So it's very important that we understand that it is fire, the fiery passion, the fiery desires, they are good. But you have to commit to yourself, and I will not allow myself just to do things as I see, as I feel fit, just anyhowly, but I will have what we call self-discipline. I'll be a person of integrity to take care of my body. And when I say no to my body, it really obeys. But that saying no also must be within certain standard. Your core values must be very clear. Sarah, karibu sana. Sarah Saru, karibu sana. Christian, Lydia, BMW, thank you for the dream. Karibu sana. I hope you're well. Welcome. And so good. Passion was given to you, emotions were given to you. Do not let them rule you. God gave you also a spirit of self control. Let self control guide you to help you to have a wonderful life. Let's continue. So, what happened? Why did I choose this particular topic? Many Christians who are single are emotionally ready for marriage, but spiritually shallow. Many of us are very emotionally ready, and your bodies are tingling, but we are spiritually shallow in our understanding of God's design, the original design that was designed for us. As a result, they mistake chemistry, chemistry for compatibility. Oh, just because I feel so good, he's the one I look into his eye, so we are compatible. Oh, Lord, help us. And then you get married 2 years later, 1 year later, you're divorcing. Are you ready for marriage? Do not mistake chemistry, the feelings for compatibility, and attraction for covenant. Simply because you're attracted to that particular person does not mean you're ready. Single, blooming, and ready for marriage. So what happened then? As a result, they mistake chemistry for compatibility. Pressure. Let me talk about pressure briefly. You know the way you feel like, no, my age is going, I'm growing old, I need to get married quickly, and you're trying to chase and look for everybody and anybody. Oh, Lord help me. Pressure is good. Pressure is good. Pressure is not bad. I want to give you an analogy. You go down the diamond. The diamond is formation of diamond is because it stays under a hill, under a mountain, and the pressure that is built squeezes it. That particular diamond remains there. It's until that particular diamond is extracted, then it's made shiny. When it's made shiny by putting it through, fire, putting it through all those particular shining, is when that diamond comes out as diamond. As long as it is within the sun and the sand and the soil, you will not see the quality. So pressure is good for you because pressure makes you to become a better person, a better version of you. Don't run away from pressure. Don't run away from pain. But don't also stay in pressure. Don't also stay in pain. Indeed, learn from your painful moment and become better. Why am I saying that? I want you to listen to the book of James chapter 1, verses 2 to 4 says, consider it pure joy. Why would you say pure joy? Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. Why should that be? Problem? Run away! Oh, that's a problem, man. Run away from them. That's quickly what we're told, right? Run away. But not really. Not really. Thank you, Msinash. Thank you, Msinash, for putting the scriptures down. Don't run away from pressure. Pressure is pleasurable in the long run if they're well used. But if they're misused, they will hurt you and kill you. Then it continues. Why should you consider pure joy? Because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. What is perseverance? Long suffering. That regardless of what happened, I will not give up. I continue. It's only under pressure that you learn perseverance. It teaches you that. Then it continues. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete and not lacking anything. Do you know a single who's like, ready? Even a grandfather, even a father will tell you, I think now you're already bull. You need to go for it, when you're ready. But at times we are ready in the facial, the way we take care of ourselves, but in character within we are not. And so pressure, why is pressure good? I've given you the analogy of diamond. Your single season is where God applies the pressure that shapes your character into that good person that will take care of that marriage. I will repeat again. It is in your single season, in that season, is where God applies the pressure that shapes your character. Why character? So that you can be a wonderful parent. Yeah, so that you can be a wonderful wife, wonderful husband. It's very important. So you don't shine in marriage without first being refined in private. I will repeat. You will not shine in marriage. You will not shine in marriage without first being refined in private. It is who you are that you take into the marriage. And so you want that marriage to shine, make yourself a shiny individual. By the time you're getting there, una meremeta, the two of you come together and you find that particular marriage blossoms and you have a wonderful time. I want to give you another analogy. The garden analogy, pruning the garden before all that. So a garden trimmer or a garden trims. What happened? You find they come and the person comes and they don't leave all the flowers of the garden grow. They will cut and trim a few of them. As they cut a few of them, it looks ugly initially. But why do they do that? They do that so the fruits that are remaining, that are coming up, come up mature, wonderful fruit. One. Two, they do that so that the tree can be able to bring new leaves, and those leaves indeed will bring wonderful, good fruit. So pruning is important in life. Don't run away from pressure. Why is it important? And so as you continue pruning your heart, what is your heart? Those emotions that keep on playing around with you. You feel you're emotional, anything happen, you're emotional. There's what we call emotional dysregulation. If you're emotional right now, wait until you get babies. For girls, wait until you become pregnant. Wait until you have a husband. Wait until you're taking care of the whole house. It's no longer about you. How much more will it be if you cannot regulate yourself right now? Who tells you regulate yourself then? Are you ready? As you continue. So your heart must be protected. You work on it right now as you continue. And so moving or removing unhealthy attachment as well. So what are some of the attachments I have? Unhealthy attachments, a topic for another day. Removing bad habits, removing those bad desires. Some of us, the desires you have a body that is so hot that does not control itself. You're just with anybody, everywhere. Oh yes, oh when I get married, this will be controlled. Trust me, it will be not. It will not. I know of a few friends who would get into, masturbation, sexuality. When they got married, it became even worse because they thought marriage would heal it. If you cannot indeed truly take care of yourself right now, when you're married, you will not. I will tell you why. Marriage is not an hospital bed. Marriage is not an hospital to heal you. No. Marriage is reality. It is life. So many people think that marriage will heal my wounds. Marriage will heal my relationship. Now I will not struggle anymore. Not really. Marriage is not an hospital. It's an institution where you're the one who gives. You become the doctor. You become the nurse. So if you cannot take care of yourself right now, hoping that marriage will fix that, forget about it. Welcome, Joyce. Welcome. And so that what happened. Why? As we continue, in the book of John 15 verse 2 says, he is preparing you for fruitful love and mature partnership. First beauty here, then beauty in the marriage. Single, blooming, and ready. So with those few, are you ready? For more, please feel free to contact me, coachawiti.org, for counseling, life coaching into the blooming person you need to be. As well, please feel free as well to get into, reading books. I have a book, Single, Blooming, and Ready for Marriage, ready for dating, ready for all that, coachawiti.org. The books are there. Let's continue. As we continue, I'm feeling hot. Let me just remove this, Yeah, working and I'm putting on a big jacket, so it's making me feel hotter. Yeah, it was a bit cold here, but talking to you is nice. I hope you are learning something Do not waste your time here by sitting here, listening here, and doing nothing about it. Please go do something about your life to change your life. Christians versus worldly dating. The next one. Christianity or Christians versus worldly dating. We live in a time where Christian dating scene does not look much different from that of the world. The world has infiltrated the life of Christianity to a point where people are like, kwani wa Kristo na sisi, other than Christian, how different are we? You know, doing what? Swiping relationship left, right, and center. You say the way you swipe card. In our days, we used to use ATM card. You swipe, and you swipe. Nowadays, you have many ways of paying things. But you find that indeed, even within churches, we keep on swiping relationship left, right, and center. Christianity is not so different from the world. We have shallow, preferences. They're so shallow. Oh, I'm looking. I know dark, good, handsome, and good is good. Not bad. But you got to go beyond the surface level and look at what is within. From within the heart, the Bible says that, you know what? Above all else, guard your heart, for it is from within the heart that everything comes out. The heart is deep water, but a man of wisdom draws it out. How much more when you spend time and see to understand the heart of the person? For it is within the heart is who the person is. We cannot be shallow anymore. Apart from that, the secret, painful sin that we keep, we're not different from the world. You get from one relationship to another, and you have this secret sin that you've kept. Are you single blooming? If you got to work through those, you got to work through those. Being vague, having vague boundaries. Oh, these are my boundaries, and your boundaries are not even clear. Apart from the boundaries, not clarity of boundary. What happened again? You find that yourself, you're not even staying and making the boundaries work out, but you expect other people to do that. So first, intimacy is also what's going on. It is all a blended mixture, fruit salad of the world and Christianity. And as Christians, we are bringing confusion to the world. They do not know which way they need to follow. And so it's very important that we got to be very clear as a Christian. Indeed, it has to be within a particular standard. What motivates you? What is your motivation? Why do you want to be married? Is it want companionship, or is it because you want status in your community, or you're not married, working with your, or is it because it's a calling? Marriage is a calling, and why do you want to get married? Would you still want marriage if it didn't fulfill your romantic fantasies? Would you still want marriage if it did not fulfill your romantic fantasies? Are you chasing love and answering God's purpose? Are you chasing love or answering God's purpose? Are you prepared? Are you prepared for marriage? That's all I had for us for this week, and I pray that it has been a blessing to you, single, blooming, and ready for relationships. Every Tuesday, please feel free to join me. If you have any question, please feel free to drop me a WhatsApp message. I will reply quickly on 072499 0724994066. Put Kenya code 0724994066. In case you're calling from abroad, put the Kenyan code, send me a message, DM me, and I will reply you. And in case that has not come out clear, go to coachowidi.org, coachowidi.org. You will find my website has all my details, and if you desire as well to want to have one-on-one counseling, if you want to do premarital classes, if you're already dating and you're not sure, we are here to help you to live life to the full. For John 10:10 says, Jesus came so that we may live life to the full. Do not let the devil beat you, kick you, make you feel like you're a nobody. You and I are royalty. We are the children of the Most High. Indeed, truly, we are free to make choices. We were not free from the consequences of our choices. As the choices you make, they either make you royalty, or the choices they make you make, they either make you indeed remain in the dark forces of the heavenly realm. Which one do you want? Apart from that, you cannot make these choices unless you have the knowledge of what those choices means or where to pick from, and that's the word of God. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Any question, DM me on my WhatsApp. Go to coachowito.org. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Ami.